Hi, everybody. This is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. I have with me Dan from Exidio. Exidio is the project that's working with Sentinel, a decentralized VPN. We're going to get an update on that. Plus, we're going to be looking through some of the other assets on the growing and expanding Cosmos ecosystem. Find the best cryptocurrency investments, check out Token Metrics, use my affiliate link for a discount. Apollo have produced the ultimate hardware wallet for your cryptocurrency assets, probably the most secure hardware wallet going. Use my affiliate link and the code for a discount. Please follow me on Twitter and join my official Telegram announcements channel. Also, please follow me on bittube.video. You can also follow me on Odyssey. These are both censorship-resistant platforms, and every now and then I am going to post a video which isn't going to be on YouTube. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Crypto Rich. Doing great. Just back from a trip through Dubai and India. Tons of travel. It's good to be back.
Yes. No, thank you for that. We are going to talk about that and also what's happening with the apps and anything else, project updates. And we're going to be talking about the Cosmos ecosystem. So do you want to start with what's happening with the Android apps, the desktop apps, the iOS apps?
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know if you guys seen on Twitter, we put out the first preview of actually using the Sentinel application on Android. And this is the DVPN application that's going to be the proof of concept application. That'll be peer-to-peer and will not have fiat payment gateways. And then we're going to start building white label apps in the Exidio mobile application, the flagship application. So we just actually heard today that we have to do some more back and forth with the Google Play to make sure we tick all their boxes. They had some more questions. I think they're not used to as many crypto apps. So we're working with them to show them kind of how the tokens work through the system and how they get paid directly to node hosts. So working with Google Play on that. And then hopefully having that app hit the Google Play Store ASAP. And then after that, building out the Exidio main application, which will not only be allowed to pay with DVPN tokens, but other Cosmos IBC connected tokens, as well as be able to pay with credit card or other payments if you want to be able to just set normal subscription plans. So really excited about that. And also with iOS, we're also working with Apple on getting the app approved and going through the hoops with them. So kind of going through that mess, but yeah, getting ready to launch the mobile apps both on Android and iOS. So long time coming. I'm excited for those.
Yes. Well, it sounds to me like they're pretty much done and you just got to satisfy the requirements of those that are going to host them.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, if you have an APK in the coming week or so, even if it's not completely completed on Google Play, people will be able to download the APK directly on their device and install the app. So that should be ready within a week. So I'm really, really excited about that.
And then people will be able to start earning by providing bandwidth?
Yeah, so you can still, the bandwidth providing will be software applications built on desktop. So those are also in development. We had a call today going over the development features. Those are coming along quite nicely. You're already able to offer bandwidth with the Handy Host, which is a software package built in conjunction with the Handshake team. And so that's a software you're able to offer bandwidth to the network if you're able to leverage the Handy Host OS and install that and run that on your computer. But also more desktop applications are getting launched in the coming 2-3 weeks. And those applications will make it easier for anyone to offer bandwidth to the network on a desktop application.
Oh, wow.
But the applications that we're offering are for people that want to connect to the network as an end user for VPN.
Right. Okay. And the Handy Host application would be for somebody who's got some, I suppose, some basic, can use a CLI interface or something like that. I want a push button one. I want a simple GUI.
Yeah, the GUI is pretty good with Handy Host. It's not a CLI. It's definitely like a direct graphic user interface. But there's just a little bit of getting acclimated and used to the Handy Host to be able to offer bandwidth. But yeah, it's definitely the first way that people can easily offer bandwidth to the mainnet nodes.
Okay. You just say that Sentinel is the project that's behind the DVPN token, and Exidio is working with Sentinel, and Sentinel is a member of the Blockchain Privacy, Security and Adoption Alliance, which is now 10 projects working together to promote privacy and security. And then, if you don't know already, what Sentinel is doing is creating a network of decentralized VPNs where you keep your data encrypted, private and secure in a way that can't be captured through regulation or hacking because there's no central point of control. It's fully peer-to-peer. And then you can cryptocurrency by providing bandwidth for the network once that rolls out. Just
exactly. And like you mentioned, Rick, it's completely peer-to-peer. So as you use the app and you want to route your traffic through a different IP address like you would on a centralized VPN, you're connecting directly to the node. So you're selecting the end user that's offering bandwidth and paying them directly. So it's truly a peer-to-peer network where everyone that is contributing is getting the value that they're contributing to the network.
Yeah, which makes it really, really robust and censorship resistant. Okay, good. Now, now I understand you're late with the timelines on these apps. Do you want to say anything about that? Because people like myself are like, come on, want them now.
No, you're not as excited about getting them out as I am. That's the only thing that I've been focused on for weeks now. Some of the processes are just, the apps, like you said, are functioning. It's actually, it's a complete state. We have an APK that I'm using. It's working perfectly on my phone, but we're waiting to make sure that we've had enough testing that we really like the final design. We've done a lot of tweaks based on user feedback. We've had a lot of private beta groups trying the apps, but now it's just about jumping through the final hoops to check all the boxes for iOS and for Android so that they go natively on those app stores. We've always talked about mass adoption, and the way that we're going to get there is still we need to have applications that are natively on the iOS store and natively on the Google Play Store. So we're following through on those processes with them, having back and forth conversations, but we're at that point where we're ready to do so. With iOS, we're going to actually be launching a more thorough version of the app after December 9th. We'll have an app natively on iOS before December 9th, but December 9th is where a legal precedent that's going to be set where you don't need to pay the 30% absorbent fees to Apple just to be able to have any in-app purchase. Right now, that's the structure that they have. But Fortnite went to battle with them. And some of the biggest companies have had a lawsuit with Apple about their rent-seeking structure, which is just absolutely crazy. And so they actually won that battle. And on December 9th, the new law goes into effect where Apple can't enforce their 30% commission for all in-app purchases and denying other in-app payment mechanisms. So we're really excited about that. This is kind of a turning of the tide, right? This is where decentralized networks and other companies are pushing against, the Goliaths that are the internet. I would call them our digital overlords. Mm-hmm. Starting to see that smaller networks are taking hold and gaining traction. And speaking of that, Rich, I think that that's really what's happening with the metaverse. So I don't know if you saw that yesterday, Facebook put out an announcement that they're changing the name of their company to Meta. Yes. And now they're going to be the Google, the giant of the metaverse. They're going to have a hard time, I think. Just like Google tried to compete with Facebook with Google Plus, and they said, "Oh, well, we're the 1,000-pound gorilla, and we're going to throw our weight around, and we're a bigger company than you. So an adjacent business model is social media. We're going to come in and we're going to just steal the show." And it didn't work. I'm thinking that that's going to be a very similar thing that happens with Facebook now that they're trying to enter into this Web 3.0 metaverse that we're starting to envision and experience, right? And the metaverse isn't just one Ready Player One, you're wearing immersive, VR goggles and that's the whole world. I think the metaverse is more complex than that. Right now we're operating the metaverse, right? We're able to have this conversation in real time across continents in, digitally native. But I think that Facebook isn't going to just come in and dominate this world. And I think that's what's going to be crucial for the metaverse is the core infrastructure that builds out a successful kind of metaverse. And I think it's going to be built on the decentralized web and Web 3.0.
I know, absolutely.
So I'm really excited about the direction that this is all headed. Absolutely.
No, I think decentralized networks are far more robust and secure. And they will, like Bitcoin is eating the banker's lunch. And I think other decentralized applications are going to do that as well. I just want to ask you about the apps, because isn't there a risk that Google Play or the iOS could at some point decide, listen, we're not going to allow these decentralized VPNs to host in our app? Is it going to be available from direct download via GitHub or something?
Exactly. So that's the APK download that I was speaking about earlier in the interview. Absolutely, there will be. There's always a way to be able to get the app to the end consumer. But that would be a big blow as far as global adoption, because not as many people are used to doing that. But I think just like Apple can no longer charge 30% indefinitely for all in-app purchases in their applications, there's these kind of behemoths are not going to be able to swing their weight, throw their weight around and set all the rules, and everyone just has to bow down and say, yes, sir. No. So I do think that, apps that start getting canceled or these platforms that start canceling people are going to have pushback, and there's going to be other platforms that people look to where we don't have such extreme censorship and we don't have such big friction. So the answer is bifold. Yes, there will be ways to be able to get access to the app outside of this, but we do know that this is the main method that most consumers go for their applications. And over time, I believe that that's going to change. And there's going to be more marketplaces and there's going to be more venues to be able to get applications on your phone. And you won't have to be able to be dictated by some of these big companies as much.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I look forward to that. And just to let people know, you and we did an interview with Alex Christoforou on his channel, which is mostly political commentary and a little bit of economics and the odd crypto. I think Etho Protocol have been on there as well, which is also a BPSAA member, so people can check that out because we talked about privacy and what DVPN provides. Now, you were in Dubai and India for Exidio, which is using Sentinel's protocol. Do you want to say why you were there and what developments have come out of those two places?
Oh, it was wild. It was such an incredible trip. So all the madness that was crypto Twitter and everything with the crypto Twitter fights with Rookie and Loomdart and just kind of the entire chaos of the crypto world all converging on Dubai was quite the spectacle. It was really awesome. One of our big investors and big supporters, Woodstock, hosted a great event, and we met a lot of their projects in their fund and a lot of the people that they've supported. We met a lot of the other investors in the ecosystem. We met a lot of supporters of Sentinel. There was one big awesome event that was put on for all the blockchain development and top projects coming out of India. That was really cool. And just in general, it was amazing to soak up the experience of everyone and kind of the crypto world all converging across the world into Dubai. It was an amazing experience. Met a lot of people that I've been working with for many years or have known for a long time. So that was an amazing experience. It was really intense. Larry from the block, he's 6'11". I swear his head basically hits the rim. I played basketball against him. He put a basketball tournament together, and my team ended up winning like 7 games in a row. He was on the other team, and we kept running the court. It was really fun. So it was an awesome trip. Really exhausting. I mean, amazing food in Dubai, but the amount of chaos when you get all of crypto into one place and it's the bull market, it was wild. I can't even keep up with some of it. The cars and the watches and the excess everywhere. It was quite a spectacle.
Yes, and then you went from there to India. I haven't been to India. I've been to Pakistan, of course, and I've been to Dubai. And I bet the food in India was a whole lot better.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing. I actually stayed with one of our teammates. I stayed at his parents' house and got to have the full home treatment and the full hospitality. It was incredible. So cool. Amazing meals. Got to spend the time with the team and working out of the office on a daily basis. A lot of people that I've been working with for 2 years now. Even some people that I worked with for 4 years now. I finally met in person 4 years later. Wow. So it was a really special moment. And just be in the trenches and work through the projects and gear up for these last few months of the year and make our project planning. We have so many different projects in the works right now. So it's not only these mobile apps, it's not only these desktop apps. We're overhauling our websites. We're building on new blockchain explorers. We are going to be working on a router. That's another side project that I'm working on. There's potential opportunities for us to spin up validators on other networks. We have so many different projects in the works right now and really doing some thorough project planning, some managing of our marketing and our social channels and our go-to-market strategy with all these different products. There's just so many different things that we have all in the throes at the same time. So doing a lot of whiteboarding, a lot of planning, a lot of, thinking about contingency plans and how we're going to execute, what are all the different resources we can leverage. It's been really awesome just being in Dubai, in Bangalore and working with the team. And we had a road trip on Saturday where we all went out and we went to a mountainside outside of Bangalore by several hours, and just such a cool trip.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, my stomach reminded me of all the diverse foods that I ate.
Oh man, it's my favorite food in the world. Desi khana, Indian food, curry, Pakistani food. Oh my god. Okay, now these projects, is there any that's coming close that you can let us know about? Will they be incorporating the DVPN token? Yeah,
so the main applications for consumers are going to be the desktop application, for connecting to VPN, desktop application for offering your bandwidth to the network, the mobile applications, And then you'll see overhauled websites on our end, especially for the browser. We're going to be having a browser native to the blockchain network, and all the things that are happening on the blockchain with the token and staking and rewards. And then we'll also have a browser native to the Sentinel bandwidth network and all the things that are happening on the peer-to-peer bandwidth protocol. And so all of these data points and things are front-end applications and front-end dashboards that we're working on to make it really cool to be able to see the growth on a direct basis. And then we're also working with other companies to see if they want to do node hosting as a service for other people that want to offer bandwidth but don't want to do it and manage it themselves and bring on more node host providers. So there's lots of different things in the works, but yeah, it's going to be a sprint for the next a long time, but definitely for the next 3 months nonstop.
Fabulous, fabulous. And I'll have all the links in the description below so people can find out and keep up to date with this project, because I'm particularly excited about this project because privacy is really, really important. And good VPN keeps your entire internet traffic safe and secure at all times. Now, Cosmos. So I have, and actually, Dan, I got to say, it's your fault. Well, it's DVPN's fault. It's Sentinel's fault that I found myself traversing the Cosmos universe, because you're the first project, because you swapped the DVPN, the Sent token to DVPN onto the Cosmos ecosystem. And then from there, I got introduced to other Cosmos projects, and I've had Persistence on my channel, a Cash Network on my channel, Osmosis. I haven't had Sunny Agarwal. Sunny, if you're watching this, you're welcome to come onto my channel, but I featured Osmosis, Juno Chain, that's right, Juno Chain, Sift Chain, recently Cosmos Starter, and also Comdex. Now, you know more about the Cosmos ecosystem than I do, right? But I think it'd be really, really useful for people to get an idea of it and what's so great about it. Let me just share my screen, and then you can tell us what's so great about the Cosmos ecosystem. This is mapofzones.com. I didn't even know about this website. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, so this is so as you said, the Cosmos ecosystem is growing at an incredible rate, and it's super awesome to see, and it's really exciting. So what's happening now is there's all these projects that have been built on Cosmos or leveraging the Cosmos SDK are now actually seeing true interoperability, right? And earlier this year, Cosmos went from a lot of blockchains that were built leveraging Cosmos SDK to porting onto the Cosmos IBC, Inter-Blockchain Communications Protocol. And since that went live, we're seeing true interoperability where any project can have their own sovereign blockchain with all the different parameters that they need for their blockchain to operate the way that makes them optimal, but then still be able to have their own sovereign independence as a blockchain, but communicate with other blockchains via the IBC. So Map of Zones is a website that is tracking all of the activity happening on the IBC, on the Inter-Blockchain Communications Protocol. And so as you can see here on the left, these are all the different quantity of IBC transfers that are happening from each sovereign chain on IBC. And right now on Map of Zones, there's 19 different blockchains that are being are tracking on IBC, that are having live transactions on the on IBC, and I expect that number to decrease, fivefold in the coming months. There's so many projects that are finally realizing that they can have their own blockchain, they can have their own cake, but they can eat it too, and they don't need to be tied to ERC20, and they don't need to have ETH as their gas, and they don't need to have all of the challenges that the ETH network provides. They can set their own blockchain up, have their own independence, but be able to leverage this growing ecosystem. And like you talked about with Akash, right? That's a very important Web3 protocol, providing decentralized AWS, right? A decentralized cloud compute. And now that the Web3 stack is starting to grow and we're starting to see the core features for the metaverse, I'm expecting a lot more Web3 players, like a Handshake or a Skycoin or an Arweave, to start building, leveraging the Cosmos IBC. And once they do that, we're going to be able to have all of the core infrastructure for Web3, be able to interact with one another via IBC, and have the composability that we really need for Web 3.0, all using the Cosmos IBC. So this is, I think, the beginning of realizing the vision of an internet of blockchains and realizing the vision of actually blockchain being useful in our daily lives, because all the individual decentralized protocols can now function together and be composable with one another to be able to create a seamless user experience.
That is incredible. I've never seen this before. And I know there are projects that have already launched that are using Cosmos, and there are projects that are about to launch that are using the Cosmos IBC that aren't shown on this, like Secret Network. I think in the next few weeks or so, is going to get integrated with IBC. And that's
exactly.
It's just touched inside the top 100 these last few days.
And think about Terra, right? Terra is number 4 as far as transactions on IBC. That just launched on IBC like 3 days ago, I believe. And all of everything within the Terra ecosystem, right? UST finally brought a stablecoin to the Cosmos IBC, and that's a huge benefit for Sentinel, because now node hosts, except that if they don't want to accept DVPN and they only want to accept a stablecoin, can accept UST and earn directly for offering bandwidth to the network in a stablecoin, and are able to transfer that to fiat if they want, or are be able to work with a less volatile asset. So this is really the beginning of something far more massive, I believe. And we're going to start to see, especially one of the bigger developments within the Cosmos ecosystem is going to be shared security, which is something that kind of the Polkadot ecosystem has as a part of their structure. Yeah. Whereas every dependent blockchain that leverages the Cosmos SDK right now, built on Tendermint, has to bootstrap and maintain their own validator set and their own security for their blockchain. But the Cosmos Hub is going to start also offering an opportunity for shared security, leveraging the security of the Cosmos Hub. And when this happens, it'll be a lot more easy for any blockchain to build on Cosmos SDK, get connected to Cosmos IBC, and still work on other chains as well. And when that happens, I think we're going to see a massive explosion of a lot of projects wanting to leverage this growing and really robust network, but also do so without having to maintain their own validator set.
Yes, 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 yes. I think it's quite amazing. I'm actually captivated by this display. Okay, and then you said about real world uses. So if I think DVPN, Sentinel for sure, real world use case. And then what else we got? Crypto.com with their exchange and their card, which I use to go shopping with.
Nice.
UK with Visa and stuff, and also I get cash back on my transactions, which are in CRO, which then I can send to my Kepler wallet to buy myself some more Osmosis to stake. And Osmosis is such a beautiful DEX, such a beautiful, easy to use DEX. Then I know there's SIF chain, which offers a bridge from ERC20 to the Cosmos ecosystem, so you can.
Yep, and also now to to QuickSwap and is also bringing tokens from Polygon. So we're starting to see a lot more interoperability happening. SIF chain is also a really great decentralized exchange. But Rich, I think you're thinking kind of like immediate term. But if you zoom out and you think about the digital landscape that we have today, imagine our lives and our interactions at just a more rich level and a more seamless experience. It's still kind of, our experience online right now is still a little bit clunky, right? Like we can send text messages, but to do video, some people's video doesn't work, or like, everything is kind of ad hoc, or it's asynchronous. I think we're going to have a far more native experience online as a part of our human experience. And in doing so, we're going to need decentralized protocols that fuel that online experience. And so think about living more natively in a metaverse and more natively being able to communicate in real time. And maybe we have to travel less for meetings because we're able to dynamically interact with one another, or we're able to exchange ideas or value, or create, you could have a whiteboarding session where people are doing it in real time with one another. There's a lot more interaction that we're going to have natively in the metaverse. And so we're going to be leveraging a lot of these protocols right here that are already listed on IBC, and many more that are to come to list on IBC as the backbone for this decentralized web that is natively going to power the metaverse that we live in.
Okay. That is amazing. I don't think of it that way. You're absolutely right. But as I was listening to you, I was thinking, one, how big the Ethereum ERC, the number of ERC20 applications are, just how massive, how many they are, how many coins, how many users, how many tokens, how many users, how much money is in there, and then how slow and expensive and clunky it is compared to Cosmos.
Part of the reason that there's so many tokens on ERC20 is because you could spin one up in an hour, Rich, yourself. Right. It's not, there's a very low barrier to entry. I mean, some NFTs are going to have long-term staying power as value, and some are going to lose a ton of value because there have been individual creators that have made hundreds of thousands of NFTs. So at some point, there's going to be far more NFTs in the world as individual NFTs than there are people. because it's so easy to spin these up in mass quantities. That doesn't necessarily mean that it has value because it exists.
Yeah.
So that's the same for ERC20 tokens. I'm a big fan of Ethereum personally. I think that Ethereum is going to be powerful as an important network long term, but we'll have to explore kind of in what use cases it makes a lot of sense and in what use cases it doesn't. And I'm excited about some of the developments on layer 2s like Arbitrum or optimistic rollups, or even eventually ZK rollups. I think that's going to be really cool. Zero knowledge proof technology. And then when Ethereum has emerged and goes to proof of stake, I think that'll be a boon for Ethereum as well. But I see all of this as additive. And when Ethereum is natively on proof of stake, there'll be ways that it directly connects to the inter-blockchain communications protocol. Yeah. So I see the IBC as kind of like the internet of blockchains. And we'll see kind of how they all interoperate and connect. But, you know, there's a lot of out there and proofs of concept or whatever. That's fine. This is real and this is happening right now.
Yeah. And when you said about that, I was thinking too small. The other thing I thought about it was it looks like a neural network. You know, different parts of the brain doing different things, and each part of the brain connects with 10,000 other neurons or something like that. So I can see that with the IBC, and then each part of the brain performing different functions, happening effortlessly, easily, multidimensionally.
It's all about the architecture of IBC, right?
Yeah.
The ability for these chains to directly communicate so seamlessly has really made me more bullish on the future that we're building. There's going to be technical challenges along the way, but like you said, using Osmosis DEX, those are using IBC transfers in real time. And there's a couple second wait, and then it goes through, right? And so we're seeing that this technology functions. So now we're going to have to see where we go from here, how we make these building blocks seamless so that end consumer products abstract away a lot of the like deep tech. And maybe you know that you're interacting with a crypto token, but that's about all you know as far as the blockchain goes, and the process just works seamlessly. So there's going to be hurdles along the way, but I've never been more bullish on the direction we're headed, seeing IBC really start to take off, especially in the latter half of this year.
Very good, very good. Well, I look forward to that. And I'm going to keep covering the Cosmos projects and also keep covering Sentinel. Anything you want to let us know before we finish up, Dan?
No, I'm just excited to have more people continue to join the community, get involved. Right now we have a contest going on. If you want to carve your own pumpkin and build a Sentinel pumpkin, we're going to hook you up with an iPad or an iPad and a Apple Pencil. There's tons of opportunities for some fun and to earn some fun swag. So yeah, join that. And if you're coming to Lisbon, I will be speaking on Friday at Cosmoverse. It's the first biggest in-person event for the Cosmos ecosystem. Not only is Cosmos ecosystem blowing up in the digital world, it's also starting to blow up in the meat space. So if you're going to be in Portugal or you're going to be in Europe, definitely make sure you come over to Lisbon next week. The 5th and the 6th is Cosmoverse, and we're really excited to bring all of crypto and the IBC world together to celebrate what's the growth so far and to plan for the next evil takeover of the blockchain world.
That's right. That's right. We want that. We want that the universe takes over rather than dog-faced cryptos, which have their use. All right, Dan.
You can't spin one of those up easily on Cosmos right now because you need to get your own validator set. So yeah, a lot of higher quality assets in the Cosmos ecosystem than elsewhere.
Very good. Very good. Dan, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate talking to you. Look forward to speaking to you again in a month's time. Do watch out for what happens with Cosmoverse. If you're in Lisbon or in Portugal or Spain, just pop over. And between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Dan signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.
See you.